Wildwood Trader at 15 Greenville Street in Newnan is your home for hand-built antique furniture, cabinets, and more. Fun decorating items, and of course at Wildwood Trader, direct from the factory items and furniture. So you get 20% below the factory and store prices. Call 770-683-4304. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays, 12 noon to 5 p.m. Wildwood Trader, your home decorating specialist in Newnan.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-600-1253. That's 800-600-1253. 800-600-1253.
Hey Newnan, did you know that Full Circle Toys at 17 Jefferson Street buys, sells, and trades vintage and antique toys? Did you know they've been serving the area for 10 years? Did you know you can make an appointment for Full Circle to come to your home to appraise those vintage toys? Full Circle Toys specializes in a wide selection of toys, 70s, 80s, 90s, and more. Full Circle Toys buys G.I. Joe, He-Man, Transformers, Legos by the pound, the Nintendo game system, and plenty of other vintage toys. Full Circle Toys, 770-253-7799. Like them on Facebook. Now that you know that Full Circle Toys is Newnan's vintage toy specialist,
now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!
Full Circle Toys, 17 Jefferson Street in Newnan. 770-253-7799.
Tune in every Tuesday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Faith Works with Pastor Jimmy Ellison. Pastor Ellison has the privilege of interviewing leaders in Newnan who are making a kingdom impact, modeling for our community that faith does indeed work. So don't miss an episode of Faith Works with Pastor Jimmy Ellison, Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., only on WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key.
Hey, I'm Jimmy Ellison. I'm the pastor here at Newnan City Church. I want to thank you. You'll find as you walk through that we focus on three areas primarily. One is worship, small groups, and local missions. And our purpose is transforming lives for Jesus' sake, helping individuals experience that transformation. And we use these three areas, worship, small groups, and local missions, to help individuals experience that. So you'll get a sense of who Newnan City Church is, and I hope that you'll come and worship with us soon. Take care, and God bless.
Join us every Saturday night at 6 on WQEE for Freudian Slip, an hour of Pink Floyd.
Burning gladly, the cloud of Ida down draws around me, softening the sound.
I'm Craig Bailey, your host for an hour from the dark side of the moon. His Freudian Slope, an hour of Pink Floyd, Saturday nights at 6 right here on WQEE.
The views and opinions expressed during this broadcast do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of this radio station, its management, or its sponsors. Listeners are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusions.
It's now time for Faith Works with Pastor Jimmy Ellison from Newnan City Church.
Good morning. We are here today at the radio station to talk with you about something a little different. However, we will be plugging in the things of God concerning this as well. But we have a different guest today, and I have with me, filling in for Pastor Jim Ellison, I have with me today Derek Rosser, and Derek is the owner of Elite Fitness, and I felt like it would be good for me to interview him and to kind of get the word out that he has this fitness club, this business, and he's trying to move it forward. And I've known Derek for a while now. Very good person to be affiliated with, and I'm going to start by letting him tell us about Elite Fitness, and we're going to kind of plug in some other questions to make sure that you understand what's taking place. And I would, before he even starts to tell you about the business, I would definitely back him and say that this would be an awesome place to be a part of and to go and work out, because he's all about fitness, and that's where we need to be in this day and hour anyway. So Derek, tell us about Elite Fitness. Tell us who you are, and then tell us about your business.
Good morning. Thank you, first of all, for inviting me over to be a part of the show this morning.
Yes.
And the opportunity to talk about fitness and our business here. We are Elite Fitness. We're located over in the Sargent Plaza here in Newnan, Georgia.
Okay.
That is at 205 Highway 16 West.
Okay, great.
If you're kind of going out, familiar with Newnan,
Right.
going out toward going like you're going toward Carrollton over there next to the Little Johnier Market.
Right. I'm very familiar with that area.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we decided to expand and open up a place over there on that side of town, just to provide some service and outlet for kind of like, I guess you would say, the west side of town of Newnan.
Right.
But it's open to anybody. We're a full functional gym with cardio pieces, strength pieces, life fitness series type of equipment. Free weights. We got a room for your plyometrics and slam balls and your high intensity type training, if you want to call it. So we got everything you're gonna find in the bigger gyms, just in a smaller version. So, and we offer personal training and personal coaching for nutrition, weight loss, the whole nine.
And what I would say, Derek, I'm not necessarily a business person, but I'm thinking, and I know a little business, but I'm thinking in terms of, from a business perspective, location means a lot. So, keeping that in mind, I can see that would be a great location, especially for those that want to work out, but they don't want to drive all the way across town. Because you're absolutely right. There's nothing out there like that. Correct. So why not plant that there so that you will have those people that's wanting to work out. They want to get up. They want to, come to the gym, or they want to be able to take advantage of the gym in the evening hours and not be so far away from home. But they can run in and they can do what they need to do, and then they can go back home without having to drive all the way across town, because we do realize that Newnan is growing.
Correct.
And traffic is busy.
Correct.
So it does take a while it takes a little bit more time now to get to where you're going to, as opposed to some years back. You can get in the car, you can be there in 5 minutes. Now, it's not like that. So I definitely would say that's a good location to offer that out there. And I do believe that area will eventually start growing anyway.
Correct.
So, I would say that's a good choice. Were you thinking in terms of that when you decided to move out there?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Like you say, the location is very key. So, we have been out kind of riding around, just, observing different areas. And one of my clients that's into commercial investment and how properties and everything, we always talking about, different opportunities and locations and everything. And so we just kind of rode around one day and was just kind of on a Sunday, just kind of brainstorming about, some business ideas and locations. And we came to the conclusion. He said, I think this will be a great location over here, to kind of, maybe open up a place over here. And that's the response we've been getting. So we've been open now, 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks. And we probably signed up already a little bit over close to 30 members.
Wow, that's awesome.
And the response we're getting is everybody was like, "Oh man, you guys are so close. You're convenient. We're less than 3 minutes from here, 3 miles from here, 5 miles from here." Because to drive back into Bullsboro or into Noonan, that can easily turn into like an hour round trip. Just drive time.
Exactly.
I mean, depending on the time of day. You know, so. Like I said, we just decided to give it a shot, and it's something we love doing. I love doing anyway, and we're happy to be there, and so I think we're gonna get a good turnout from.
Okay, awesome. And for 2 weeks, to be there 2 weeks, and you have 30 members already, that's good. That's good, and close to 30 members. Right. That's good. And so what we're going to be doing today, Derek, is. Talking about your business, of course, naturally, which is what we're doing already. And we're going to be speaking blessings over that business because that is important as well. Yes. We as men and women of God, and we as God's people, we have to do our part, and then we expect for God to do His part. And God will do His part. Yes. And again, I'm just thinking in terms of the fact that you're there in Sargent. Let me just talk about that shopping center.
Sure.
Period.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. At the shopping center, you have a grocery store.
Yes.
And then you also have a eating place.
Right. We have Little Giant Market.
Yes.
Then we have the Beijing, I think the little Chinese restaurant is there. Mm-hmm. And we also have a Family Dollar.
Okay, so those are some really, those are actually 4 good things to have there. Okay, so you have Little Giant, Beijing, the eating place, Chinese food.
Correct.
Then you have Family Dollar. Correct. Now you have fitness.
Right. Absolutely.
So those are 4 good things to have in that area. To bring to that area, whereas before you didn't have anything.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
So now the people they can go shop. They don't have to go all the way across town to shop.
Correct.
Not unless they're already over there for some things anyway.
Sure.
That's different. Sure. But you can go shop for, go to the grocery store to shop. You can also, run up to get you something to eat. You can also get, if you want to go in Family Dollar, pick up little things like that. Correct. But then most importantly, you have a place to become fit.
Yes, absolutely.
You have a place to become fit.
Absolutely.
And in our society today, we are really just unfit people.
Yes.
I mean, and listen,
yes.
You and I, we go way back to Mattress Middle School, right?
Correct, absolutely.
And when your sister introduced me to you and told me, my brother is into fitness, and I was doing at that time health fairs, right. And because I was a health teacher, and I was bringing in people from the community to talk about health and fitness. So you came in. And I know your wife came in with you a couple of times.
Yes, Melissa.
And y'all had some things set up where y'all were able to talk to the kids about fitness and about health.
Right.
So that was awesome. So we go way back, all the way back to Madras Middle School.
Yes, absolutely.
But now did you have you had your business then? Did you have your business?
Yes, we had the business then.
Okay.
We were in Serenbe, for those that are familiar with Serenbe.
That's right.
We was with Serenbe with that startup phase with the fitness arena there for several years.
Okay.
And so I did at the time. Yes, we was in the Serenbe area.
Okay.
We had opened up a gym there.
Okay.
And was providing fitness there.
Wow.
For several years there in the Serenbe area. Right.
So this is nothing new to you. It's not like you're a newbie. And then you're coming onto the scene and you're looking around like, I don't know what I'm doing, but y'all can come on in here and we work out. No, you are experienced in that area.
Absolutely.
And not only are you experienced in the area of fitness, you also, I think y'all correlate that with how to eat, what you should eat, and all of that.
Absolutely.
Tell us about
Yes,
that. Tell us
absolutely.
what you think about that.
Well, yes, absolutely. Like you say, I'm just not a person that just say, hey, here's a facility, come in, you're on your own, just
Okay,
come in
awesome.
and go to work out.
Good.
I've been basically involved in fitness all of my life, actually. But as far as getting more involved in it from a nutritional and healthy standpoint, I would say for the last maybe 15 years or so, to where I start to add the eating and the nutrition aspect into the workouts as far as just coming in. Because the thing I see with people now is that everybody, they'll come to the gym, they'll work out, and they work out hard, but they're not getting the results they want. And the question I get asked a lot is, hey man, sir, what's going on, man? I work out hard, I do this, what do I got to do? And I was like, let me ask you, what are your eating lifestyle like? And I'm like, because you got to think, you only come to the gym for a certain amount of time, maybe an hour, hour and a half, if that long. The homework is what you do when you're away from the gym. Those other 23 hours, or you take 8 hours or 9 hours out for sleep. Hopefully you get your proper rest. But then the rest of the day, what are you doing? As far as making healthy choices with your eating selections.
Yes.
And I hear it all, but they be like, well, I'm on the road. I can't cook. I travel. Even though if you go to the restaurants, you still can make healthier choices from eating. So what we are preaching and practicing and want to implement is making fitness a lifestyle. More than just kind of like a one-time, let me get it here and try to lose 15 pounds, 30 pounds, or what have you. But once you do accomplish your goals, let it continue to be a lifestyle instead of you reach your goal and then you turn around and 6 months later you're back with 30 pounds plus on, and it's kind of like just a repeated vicious cycle and really making tracks and getting nowhere, in that perspective, even if you accomplish those goals. So we try to just broaden your knowledge, about fitness, and other different aspects as far as just coming in the gym, working out and lifting weights, more like smart training instead of just always hard training.
That's
you
good. I like that.
Have to get the knowledge, and have someone experienced that knows how to direct you in the right path, and you'll be surprised how faster you can get the results if you sit down and put together a strategic, knowledgeable game plan, and try to follow it, with consistency and commitment and discipline. That's so key. And I tell people, even if you fall off the bandwagon, you know what? Hey, get up, dust yourself off, get back on. If you slip up and eat a cheeseburger, if you slip up and have a piece of apple pie, don't give up. Don't say, I hear people say, oh man, I messed up this weekend. I'm like, hey, that's no excuse.
And if you're
let's get back on it.
If you're working towards that goal and you're working hard,
right?
Well, we're working smart. Let's say smart.
Right.
It's okay to have a piece of apple pie every now and then.
Yes, absolutely.
So you won't just be like,
Right.
But that is awesome. I like that. I like everything you said, and that's you're just like a life coach. You're training them to not do this one time.
Correct.
But you're training them to make this a lifetime thing.
Correct.
And you and I are just alike on that, because I do a lot of walking. I love walking. Not that I can't come to the gym, but I love walking.
Yes, absolutely.
And I do know the benefits of going to the gym, because if you want to get toned, you really need to go in that gym. And I do want to be toned in a lot of areas, in a lot of places. But and one day I'm going to do that. But I find that there are other people that are walking with me, and they're walking just as much as I'm walking. And some of them have asked me, what are you doing? I'm walking and I'm not losing weight. And I'm watching and I'm looking at them thinking, wow, I wonder what's going on with this right here. If you're doing all this walking and walking more than I'm walking, why are you not losing weight? And it's because they're making poor eating choices.
Correct.
And some people have the mindset, if I'm working out, I can eat the way I want to.
Yes.
Wrong thinking.
Totally
cannot do that.
Absolutely.
It has to. I'm going to use a few words. It has to mesh.
Yes.
It has to work together.
Yes.
It has to complement each other. You cannot just eat what you want just because you decide to go to the gym today.
No.
You're going to the gym, first of all, to burn calories.
Right.
Secondly, to become more toned. Thirdly, to be overall healthy. Overall, you want to be healthy.
Yes, absolutely.
You're not going to the gym so you can add 10, let's say 1,000 more calories.
Right, absolutely.
That is so wrong.
Absolutely. I hear that a lot too. It's like, well, look, I come and work out so I can eat and do and drink whatever I want to. I was like, well, hey, that's fine with me and each to their own, but don't expect to, get any results. It's almost like you just kind of spinning the wheel and getting nowhere. The body, I tell people, the body work in harmony with, it's a whole total package there. You have to, like you said, get your eating on point. Like, first of all, I will sit you down and evaluate your fitness level.
Good, awesome.
Doing like a body assessment.
Yes.
I usually, it's funny, I have people say, hey, I want to probably do an hour session with you, or 45 minutes, or maybe do I need to do an hour and a half or whatever. I said, well, let's do this. Let's start with maybe like a 20, 30 minute little fit assessment.
Yes.
And I take them through a few little time structured drills, and they be like, oh my gosh, I'm out of shape. I didn't realize I was, know. I said, well, that's the whole purpose. I'm not here. I mean, I could probably make you tap out in 5 minutes, if I wanted to. But that's not the purpose. But I want you to just get a realization, of where you are, fit with your fitness level, or fit wise. And then we have all different calibers, of people coming in for, wanting different things, different levels of fitness. So, but I guess back to what I was going to say. My first thing is let's take just a normal everyday person.
Okay.
Lady or guy that comes in and they got a certain amount of weight they want to lose and what have you. We sit down and we talk about their goals and what they have, what they've been doing in the past, and a lot of times not much at all, or if they are doing something, they're not really on point. So also, let's sit down and let's talk about health issues and clear all that up. Find out what are your do's and don'ts, or your limitations, from a medical perspective. And then we move from there.
That's important.
That's super important. And then one thing, the biggest thing I think people, to me, overlook is you got to start a good weight loss program. I think one of the first things you should do is cleanse your body. Awesome. Very key. Go through, you get on a good, cleansing program, and you'll be surprised
I believe
what you lose and what happens just in that process. So to me, that's kind of like step one there. Then I tell people, this is not going to be an overnight quick fix thing. I know you see all these ads about, quick weight loss. False advertisement. I'm like, look, we're here to get results. We're here to make this become more of a lifestyle, a whole transition here. So let's go through step, like I say, step 1, step 2, step 3. So we lay out the whole program for you, and like I say, we start with a good cleansing. Let's recommend a few supplements, and then we'll get on a good cardio program, or a good study, 30 minutes or whatever, conditioning, strength training, and then we move forward from there. Then we'll sit down and we'll talk about your do's and don'ts, with your eating plan. And and another thing, you don't have to go so hardcore cold turkey.
Right.
It's another mistake people make.
That's true.
I know you're excited and you're energetic. Look, I've been in this game for a while. Right. Those first couple of days sounds good when you're just eating that salad and, lean fish and lean turkey. But then all of a sudden those cravings start to kick in. Boy. Your body goes into that little rejection mode, and it just kind of withdrawals something. It's like, oh my gosh, it's 10:30 at night and I'm craving something sweet. What do I do? So I said, look, let's pace ourselves. Let's look at this as going to be, nice little 4-month, 6-month journey here, and we just take it in steps and watch you progress as we move along, So that's kind of how I like to lay the program out for you.
That is awesome. I love that. So to me, being a health person, being a person that's about fitness, always have been, that was my that's basically, what I did as a teacher, health and physical education.
Absolutely, yes.
And one thing about it is that if you do not start out right, chances are you're not going to last. You're not going to continue.
Absolutely.
And it's so important to start out right. And I think that's a principle. That's just a life principle.
Correct.
Period. Is to start out right. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. You have to start out right.
Correct.
I run into people, at the park, and they're coming for the first time, and their first question is, "How many times do you walk around that park?" And I tell them, I walk around the park anywhere from 6 to 8 times, and sometimes more, depending on my schedule. Because my schedule is so important. If I have time to walk, I don't mind walking, and it's nothing for me to walk. But I didn't start out like that.
Correct.
I tell them, I said, do 1 lap.
Right.
That's all you need to do today.
Yes, absolutely.
If you can make 1 lap,
right,
you're good.
Absolutely.
But some people want to come in and they want to do 3 and 4 laps, and they're sore as all get out. Then their muscles are not working with them like they should. They start with the burning in the muscles and stuff. And so that causes them to quit. Oh my God, my daughter being one, she walked with me one day and her shin bones were just so sore. And I kept trying to get her to go back. I can't. My leg is sore. And I said, you've got to work past that. You've got to work past that. You can't just give up. And then too, and I told her, I said, and if you're eating some of the wrong things, you're going to have problems within your body. But let me say this, Derek. We are, as a human being, we are body, soul, and spirit. And as people of God, what we look at more often is that we try to take care of our soul and our spirit, and we forget about our body. Our body is perishing. We do nothing to take care of our body. So this really, for you, is a type of ministry, because I know you love the Lord, and I know you want to be His representative. This for you, it really is a type of ministry for the body of those that do belong to God. We have to exercise, and the Bible doesn't specifically doesn't make it plain. It's not written out. You must exercise, right. But it's in there. Yes. It's in there without people realizing it, because Paul told the church of Corinth, he says, "Know ye not that your body is the temple of God, and in it shall no unclean things dwell." So that even goes along with food that a lot of people don't understand. Right. Some foods are just unclean and you really shouldn't partake in them, let me just say indulge in them. And I'm not talking about Old Testament laws. I'm not talking about you shouldn't eat pork. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about some foods that are just not healthy for us, and we indulge, like all the sugar and stuff like that. We indulge in it, saturated fats. That stuff will kill you if you're not careful. And then he goes on to say that our bodies belong to God, and we are to glorify God in our body as well as in our spirit. So we should look the part of being fit.
Correct. Right.
Lord, may get me in trouble, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Right.
But, if we're, let me just back up. We are either at our normal weight, overweight, or we're obese.
Correct.
Okay? Normal weight is what you should weigh. Obese means, overweight is you're over the weight that you should be. Maybe I'm supposed to weigh 150. Yeah, your ideal weight. But my ideal weight. But I'm weighing 155. I'm overweight.
Yes, right.
Just 5 pounds. 151. I'm overweight.
Yes, absolutely.
But now when we get into the obese category, we just laid out and just forgot about it. Yes, so some of us, if we're obese, that's not good.
No, it's not.
And we're not taking care of our bodies like God specified.
Yes, absolutely.
you can't do ministry
Right.
properly if you're always sick.
Well, true, absolutely.
And so this is where you come in. So, you know, some people, I'm adding this in because as Christians, we look at this with, you know, I ain't worried about it. I just want to be saved.
Yes.
Okay. Get saved and get fit.
Right, absolutely. So true with that. I mean, and like you say, you know, being a part of the church and in the church family and everything, you see that a lot, you know. And yeah, we have that that I think a certain amount of responsibility, like you say, to take care of ourselves. And I think what I'm finding out a lot, just in general, that just, you know, just getting the knowledge, you know,
right.
You know, because what the Bible says, you know, we perish for the lack of knowledge as well, you know.
That is powerful.
And so
very powerful.
Sometimes just getting that knowledge, and I'm not saying this, not like you said, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not saying that I don't believe God can heal and work miracles and things, but you know, I think a lot of things we can help him out with, you know, as far as, you know, I'm not saying that, no, don't get me wrong, that, you know,
I understand where you are. I know where you are.
But,
yes.
But obesity, with obesity, you got high blood pressure, you got
yes.
Hypertension,
yes.
diabetes,
yes.
you know, all of these things, the risk factor of heart attacks,
yes.
all of these things factor in just from being overweight, and then when you, like you say, you get it obese into the next level, it really, the percentage level goes up.
It does.
And, just people that own, you know, insulin, haven't got to the insulin level.
Yes,
just
yes.
What the type 2 diabetes and just high blood pressure. Like, take my sister for an example. Like sometimes Renee, I'm pointing out, but I'm like, you'll see them come in and we get on a little moderate program, nothing crazy.
Right.
Just make some simple modifications.
Yes.
With cutting out some breads, cutting out some sweets.
Oh,
just cutting back. I still let you do your thing on Sunday, a meal or two here, but don't go to the buffet and just
pig out.
To just pig out. But over a period of time, still stand under the medical attention, or stand under the
absolutely.
physician.
Yes.
You know, because like I say, I'm not a doctor by no means in that perspective.
Right.
But they monitor their blood pressure. They monitor their
on a regular basis.
On a regular basis, and a lot of people are able to come off of their medication.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
The doctor lower the dosage.
Yes.
And slowly, after a little 6 months or up to a little longer, depending on the individual, they come off of it completely. I had one gentleman that was on high blood meds, and he was on a pretty high dosage. He got in there. We got on a program. He got to walking and lost a little weight, and they dropped his meds.
Okay.
And then he went back again in like 4 months or whatever, Pastor, and his blood pressure had went too low.
Wow.
So the doctor said, he said, you know what? I think we're going to have to just take you off of it for a while. So now he don't even have to take the meds at all. And he was just ecstatic. He was like, "Oh my gosh, Derek!" He texted me or called me. He came back. He was like, "Man, you don't know how good that feels. Now I'm off of the blood pressure meds altogether, you know." And just his energy level and just everything
makes a difference.
Just makes a world of difference. So, like you say, I think, you know, I'm here, like I say, more to inform, educate, and help you, you know, live a better, healthier life. You know, the quality of life, you know.
Yes.
We want to live a long life, but you want to live a life of quality. A good quality, long life, you know. You don't want to be living a life where you
barely making it.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm better than no one else, but I walk in Walmart and you see the pharmaceutical, you see the drug line, and it's just running around the corner.
Yeah,
and a lot of these are not just older people.
They're young.
These are young people,
yes,
you know.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many people I've encountered that are in their 40s and 30s that are on different types of medications. And the thing with medication, it leads to another problem, another side effect that you got to take this and take that to counteract this one, you know, what have you. So it's just like a whole little cycle there that just, I think if you really would take time and reevaluate and maybe get a little, you know, on a good little health plan, fitness plan,
absolutely,
you could probably, you know, overcome and get off a lot of that.
And you know what? I'm going to add this, Derek, because you were saying up front that that you believe you definitely believe in healing. And I know you do because you've experienced that yourself and the miracles.
Well, yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Wow.
Yes,
but let me say this. You know, there are those in the Bible where Jesus healed.
Correct.
And what did he tell them? He told them, he said, go and sin no more.
Right, absolutely.
Okay. So what if you get a healing?
Yes.
Praise God. Yes. Awesome. That is powerful.
Right.
But are you going to go and sin again?
Right.
And then you end up back in the same boat because we understand that most of your, there's a name, it's a category for all of these sicknesses, but it's not coming to my mind right now, but I'm just going to say your high blood pressure, your high cholesterol, your diabetes, your heart problems, all of those are eating related sicknesses.
Yes,
okay?
Yes, they actually are.
So you get healed.
Right.
What are you going to do after you get healed?
Right.
Are you going to go and sin again by eating all the wrong things and doing all the wrong things all over again?
Right.
And then before you know it, you're going to end up with high blood pressure again?
Right.
So when Jesus told me, he says, go and sin no more, he says, I've healed you of this sickness. I've healed you of this thing. He said, but don't go back and sin again and then bring the same problem back on you again. So yes, we do believe in healing, but we have to take care of ourselves. I'm reading this book by Pastor, oh gosh, I want to call his name, but I'm afraid I may get it wrong. But it's Wright. His last name is Wright. And he talks about different types of sicknesses. And from his angle, he talks about them from a spiritual perspective, but at the same time, he says Jesus will heal us, can heal us, and wants to heal us. He said, but he also wants us to work on preventive measures so that we won't have to go there. Right. So he does a lot of talking about, and it's from a spiritual perspective, he does a lot of talking about things that we can do that will help us to not get sick, to stay away from being sick. And this right here being one of them, your business. And you know, we know that there are other businesses, there are other fitness clubs and things like this in Newnan, but we just happen to be promoting yours today.
Correct, absolutely.
And so your business is set and is designed to motivate that person to healthy living, give them a plan, teach them how to do it. And we need that. We need people to help lead us in areas that we're lacking in. Everybody does not know about, fitness. They don't know the things that you know. So that's why you're there, is to help teach them, motivate them, encourage them, and lead them in that perspective, in that direction. Like you said, to have a healthier life. I mean, nobody wants to be sick. Whenever anything happens with me, it just breaks my heart. It could be, anything. I haven't had any major issues, but anything, it just brings me to tears because I say, I don't have time to be sick. I'm crying because I don't have time. It's not because I'm sick. I'm crying because I don't have time to be sick. And that should be the mindset of everybody else. If you don't have time, you'll get out and exercise. Come to the club. Tell us, what time do you open?
We're open from 6 a.m.
to
10 p.m. Monday through Thursdays. 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Fridays. And 8 to 4 on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, good.
8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
So, I think we got a time range there that can kind of catch, the
everybody,
early morning crowd, the midday crowd, the after work crowd, and if we have to, as business grow, we may possibly, transition over into a 24-hour if we have to. But I think, from my experience and being around the gym industry, fitness industry, I think we pretty much got the hours of operation covered enough that usually get your masses in. That want to work out, and they also, you can go on our Facebook page and find us at Elite Fitness.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Just getting a little plug there. They can email us at www.elitefitnessnoonan.com.
Okay.
If you don't mind me just putting up.
No, absolutely. You need to.
They can call me, Derek, at 678-472-6031.
Okay.
And if they have any questions or whatever.
And when we make the Facebook post, we need to add that on there as well.
Yes.
So people can do that.
Yes.
And of course with the location, because they need to take advantage of this.
Right,
I mean,
right,
it's
right.
almost like, it's almost like pulling teeth. It's hard to get people to do the very things that they need to do.
Yeah. Yes.
It's very hard to get them to do the very things that they need to do. I think, as a matter of fact, I strongly believe, and I say this with convictions this morning, and those of you that are listening, you may not agree, but that's okay. I strongly believe that every living, walking, breathing creature, that's human beings, because we have a lot of other creatures, living, breathing creatures, and they get their exercise.
Yes. For
Dogs
sure.
get their exercise.
Right, absolutely.
Birds get theirs.
Yes, absolutely.
All of them get their exercise. So now, what about us? I believe that every one of us should have a plan of fitness.
Yes, absolutely.
I believe every one of us, if you do not have a plan of fitness, then you're lacking. And you're not really doing what you're supposed to be doing as an individual.
Right.
You know, I'm going to think back during Bible days. During Bible days, they walked. Fitness. They didn't have the club like you have.
No doubt, absolutely.
But they're walking and going from place to place without transportation. That's how they were able to be fit. A lot of people don't like walking.
Right.
They don't like walking. They don't like jogging.
Right.
So now you have no excuse.
That's right.
They have your place.
Yeah, you have my place where you can come in, and we got the commercial grade, we got the ellipticals, we got the treadmills, the staff steppers, we got all caliber of cardio pieces you can name that you need to get on. And let me say this, if I may.
Sure.
I think it's worth the listener time and benefit, that you should schedule a set appointed time,
Yes, that's good.
But
That's
30
good.
minutes.
I agree.
You think about it, you're investing in your health.
Yes. Awesome.
Your health is priceless.
Awesome.
It's priceless. I've watched people, my mom go through a terminal illness and sat there with her, took her back and forth to chemo, and the thing about it doesn't matter your color, how much money you got in your bank account.
No.
When you don't have health, and when you are sick, and not even just to the point of terminal, but just to where you can't function daily.
Right.
It's priceless. There's no replacement for that. I mean, like as I say, all the money in the world can't buy that. So
no, it can't.
The preventive maintenance part of it, I say the preventive aspect of it, to get in and work on some things to help prevent certain things from happening. Hope and pray to God that we will stay healthy.
Yes.
But on the other flip side of that is if you are dealing with some small issues, like you say, with high blood pressure things, we maybe could turn it around before it gets too far out of whack or out of line.
That's a go.
I have another little thought I want to put in there too. Because you're gonna spend the money one way or the other.
Oh yeah,
that's another thing. You're gonna either spend it with me
or the doctor,
or you're gonna spend it with the doctor in the drugstore. So,
yes,
and believe me, the drug companies they want you to spend it there. They probably a whole lot more expensive than I am.
They are.
I work with some good circle people like Pastor here as well, but I got some nurse practitioners, I got some herbalists, some, from a holistic perspective.
Awesome, that's good.
We talk about stuff, because I'm just a firm believer in just, staying away from mats as much as possible.
Oh, yeah, I don't like them either.
It is what it is. And I think if you do the right thing, with knowledge, you can stay off from medication.
You can.
And you can stay healthy, and you can be healed or, recover from whatever is going on, if there's something going on,
Absolutely. Well, Derek, two things. One being discipline.
Yes.
And I'm going to say the other one because I'll forget it, and then you can remind me.
Right.
One being discipline. The second one being the fact that our bodies are designed to automatically heal themselves
Yes, it is.
at night.
Yes, it is.
Okay?
Yes, it is.
So let me go back to discipline. We have a society of undisciplined people.
Correct.
And that's part of the problem. That's the reason we're seeing so much obesity, because people are not willing to be disciplined. Now, let me tell you, it is hot as fire outside right now.
Yes, no doubt. Yes,
It is hot.
Right.
I mean, it's so hot you almost can't breathe.
Correct. Absolutely.
But do you know, I believe in discipline. When I coached basketball at Madras Middle School, I used to tell those girls, I said, listen, my key word for you all is discipline.
Correct.
I said, I need for you to be disciplined.
Yes.
I said, if you are disciplined and you can't play as good as the next person, you have won favor with me.
Right.
And this is why I told them that. I said, because when I go in this office to take care of any matter, and I come back out and I see you standing to the side, everybody else running, and you're walking, or you're sitting down, or you're doing what you're not supposed to be doing, I said, that is not going to sit right with me. I need for you to be disciplined enough to say, I want this enough that I'm going to always be doing the right thing.
Correct.
I'm going to always be jogging. I'm going to always be making my layups, working on making my layups. If I tell you to go over there and practice on your shooting, I'm going to always be doing that. I don't have to watch you.
Right.
So the fewer the people I have to watch, the better off it's going to be for me.
Correct.
So I have to set that
Yes,
standard
yes,
up front.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so what do we do? So this morning I woke up and I was like, oh God, we walked outside. I said, oh, it's so hot. It was miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a choice to either be disciplined to go ahead with my walk
Correct.
or to not.
Correct.
I chose discipline because that's who I am.
Yes. Right.
So if people are going to be disciplined, they will connect with you. They will get a program. They will take out the time.
Yes.
They will put it in their schedule.
Right.
We're not good managers of our time either. We can talk about that.
Yes,
and that's one of the reasons why we can't put it in our time, because we're not good managers.
Right.
You know, we just, I don't have time. Yes, you do have time.
Yes,
you have time.
Yes.
And then the second thing I'm going to say is that, what was the second thing? See what I told you?
We was talking about discipline.
Oh, what was the second thing I said?
And we.
Oh God.
Oh gosh, what was it, Ryan?
See, y'all would know
I got
that.
so involved in that topic conversation with you about the discipline, but we was talking about the discipline.
Oh, God heals our body. He heals our body. Our bodies automatically heal.
Oh, yeah,
The Bible says that we are
designed to heal,
fearfully
yeah.
and wonderfully made.
Yes.
So God designed us to automatically heal at night. So I wanted to plug that in because you were talking about your schedule. You know, some places are open 24 hours a day. You need to go to bed.
Well, yeah, you need to. Yeah, absolutely.
You
Yeah,
need some sleep.
Yes, you need that proper rest. You need.
Yeah, I mean, all of that work together.
Yes,
Eating
it
right,
does.
rest, and
Yeah.
exercise are your
Yes.
key three things for being whole.
Very key. Very key.
If you can't be in the gym at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, why?
Right. Absolutely.
When are you getting some sleep?
Right. Absolutely.
And during those times, I've learned from some doctors that our bodies are healing between 10 and 12.
Correct.
Between those hours of 10 and 12, that's when we
Yes.
really should be
When
sleeping.
we should
But
yeah.
most people are up on Facebook and doing all kinds of things at 12 and 1 and 2 o'clock in the
Yes,
morning.
yes,
And
yes.
no wonder they're raggedy and worn down
Right,
and everything else. And they don't feel like they want to go to the gym.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
So you see
have
what I'm
no
saying?
interest. Oh, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely, yeah. That was another thing. Was like, yeah, if you know, I know there's a few night owls, a few people that work night shift, but you know,
Yeah.
like I say, for the masses, for the
for the
majority,
masses, yes.
like I say, if you on a proper time schedule and eating schedule, and like I just take for example when I'm prepping for for a competition, at the competitive level, and I got a schedule, I get up, and preparation is key too. That's
It is
another
key.
thing. I prep my meals for the day.
That's a part of discipline.
Yeah, that's part of discipline. Well, discipline in any aspect of life. I mean, financial, spiritual, whatever. If you don't have discipline, I mean, if you're not disciplined, you can forget about it. Absolutely. You got to be disciplined. Absolutely. So, as I was saying, I mean, I have a schedule. You have to have an action plan, too. You have to have a game plan. You know, you have to sit down and it's something to me about divine magically, something about when you write it out, put it on paper.
I agree.
Put it, you know, and you visualize and you have a game plan. And I tell people, let's come in if you're serious. You know, it's not all about the money. Quite naturally, we have to pay bills and stuff and what have you. But let's get on a 3-month, you know, twice a week, you know, training session plan. 30, you know, good. And to me, that's what you're doing. You're showing me commitment.
Yes.
You're showing me
absolutely
now you got some sense of accountability.
Absolutely.
You know,
another big word.
Yes, I don't want you to just come through the door. I'm going to put my time and energy and effort into you, but I want you to come here. I want you to get results.
Right.
You know, I don't want you to just come here and, you know, pay for a gym membership and you aimless just around the gym, just moving in circles, and really, you know, 3 months later, you're still in the same shape you were in before you came here, or even worship, you know. So I want you to walk out and say, hey, man, look, you know what? Man, I got some results, you know. I feel better, you know.
Right.
This was a whole life-changing experience for me, you know, or what have you. So that's kind of what we want. Like I say, and nothing against no other gyms.
Absolutely.
I work with all the major gyms here, you name it. I work with them in some aspect or another. So, you know, I'm just doing me now.
Okay. And hey,
yes, me and my wife, we're just doing our thing.
Nothing wrong with that. Because we have a few more minutes, but I did want to interject this.
Okay.
That God has made us kings and priests.
Yes, ma'am.
And as a king, we are supposed to have ownership to land, places, things.
Right.
So in other words, and dominion, you know, he's given us dominion. So what I see in you today, Derek, is the kingship role being activated in the marketplace.
Okay.
And is it needed? Yes, it's needed, because we've already talked about being able to take care of our bodies. We need that.
Right.
And God's people need a place where they can go and, you know, be able to maintain their bodies and be healthy. God wants us to be healthy. He doesn't want us to get sick and then be crying out. And He will heal us.
Right.
But I believe, if I can speak on behalf of you, I believe you want them to maintain their bodies.
Correct.
As opposed to mishandling their bodies and then crying out to you after they have done. Because see, it's a sin to overeat anyway.
Right.
You know, so let's throw that in there before we close this out. It's a sin to overeat. So God wants us to manage our bodies the right way and to be healthy. So, you know, I see you as your kingly role in the marketplace. That's what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
And so it's my prayer for you this morning, as well as it is for other businesses, of those that love God and they are part of the kingdom. This business is a part of the kingdom.
Yes, correct.
Because the Bible says, let this kingdom come to earth as it is in heaven. So God has come to earth in you. So you are part of the kingdom. Your business is a part of the kingdom. Most people look at church as the only thing that's a part of the kingdom. No, church is not just a part of the kingdom. It's the marketplace. You are in the marketplace. You are a man of God, and you reverence God. So this business is a business that belongs to God, that He can use to bring other people to that place where they need to be. Now, I'm not saying that you're in there preaching hellfire and brimstone. You don't have to.
Right.
You just need to live the life.
Right.
And present yourself as a godly man, because your wife works in there with you, right?
Correct. Right.
You all present yourself as godly people, and you love on people.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
you do the things that you need to do, and you do it from a place of class.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
you're not in there throwing profanity balls and
No doubt. Absolutely.
and
no doubt.
yes. Setting up people to, setting up relationships and all that.
No,
stuff.
no,
You know
no,
what
no.
I'm saying?
Yeah, no hookup
I know
lounge and all of that.
hookup
Yeah,
lounge.
yes,
See,
absolutely. Yeah,
that's what I'm
right.
saying. So this is a marketplace,
Right.
for the kingdom.
Yes.
And so we thank God for that. And I just thank God for you being able to come and share with us today and to let us know what this is all about.
Yes.
This is your business that you're promoting. You all are already off to a good start. It's in a good location. You have good hours. And you're an awesome teacher as far as being able to share with them what they need to know concerning their lives.
Yes, absolutely.
So
yes.
before we close out, Derek, is there any other little thing that you want to highlight? You've said a lot. You shared some very powerful things.
Well,
If people were listening, they should be thinking right about now, like, wow, this man, he's right. I really need to get with this thing because right now it's not working like it should. So what else would you like to share before we close out?
Well, like you say, I don't think that today interview conversation was coincidental or an accident.
Praise
I think,
God. That's awesome.
God got his way of doing everything,
Yes, he does.
And
Yes, he does.
Getting the message out there. And I do feel like that this is a part of my calling of my purpose here on life,
Absolutely.
because as I reflect back over it, I don't care where I go, the topic always going to come up, and I don't have to say a word. I just
Right.
walk into a place.
And
I don't
it's
know if
about
people
fitness.
feel convicted or what, but they come up to me and they start talking about fitness,
Yes.
And some days I'll be like, oh man, not today.
Yeah, can I
wanna
just talk
chill.
about
But
something else?
this is what I do,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I
That's
mean,
your
and so
ministry.
this is my ministry, I guess,
It
and this is what I
is.
know by. And so I just want to encourage the listeners out there today to come by and see us.
Yes.
Connect with us again, like I say,
Yes.
Elite Fitness there.
Okay,
We're in
okay.
the Sergeant Plaza over on 205 Highway 16 West.
Okay,
Give
okay.
me a call at 678-472-6031. I'm Derek Rosser.
Okay.
And we would love to if you just got some questions or what have you about some exercise programs or some fitness questions or what have you.
Okay.
I would love to talk with you, sit down and see if I can help you. We have a nice clean facility.
Awesome.
It's
That's important.
About 2,200 square feet altogether, I guess. Not real
Okay.
huge, but we got it laid out,
Big enough.
and big enough and professional enough to get the job done.
Let me ask you this right quick before we finish. Are you into weightlifting? What do you call it? Competition weightlifting?
Bodybuilding?
Bodybuilding.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you do train for that?
I do. We're trained.
Okay.
Yeah, we're across the board. That is more of my, a lot of my specialty because
Yes.
I'm a pro natural bodybuilder myself.
Okay.
As a competitor, and we promote a few bodybuilding shows here in Noonan and around the southeast. But yes, we train at that level for competition prep.
Okay.
I have a staff with me that also. I approve of that works with, just like I say, the weight loss program from
Okay.
your everyday people
Okay.
to strength and conditioning. Brother
Charlie,
me and
yes.
him been talking about some stuff that he may be
Awesome.
gonna join the team with us and come
Okay.
on board with,
Okay, good.
and what have you. So yeah, we got it covered, across the board there.
Awesome,
Yeah, so
awesome.
from all aspects there.
Awesome.
We're gonna be doing some group fitness stuff. It's
Okay.
gonna cool off here. We're gonna be throwing a few fall boot camps out in the parking lot probably. So just stay tuned and
Okay.
keep an eye out. We got a lot of exciting
Okay.
things that's coming up
Awesome.
and going on.
Awesome. Well, Derek, we have run out of time, and again, I do appreciate Pastor Jimmy Ellison of Noonan City Church for allowing us this time to talk and share.
Yes.
But we're going to plug this in onto Facebook. So for those that are listening, if you didn't get everything, we're going to put it on Facebook. So please re-listen and check them out.
Tell also, we offer the Silver Sneakers program as well for the senior citizens.
Okay.
So people that are aware, that know what the Silver Sneakers program is, we do offer that, where the insurance will pay for their gym visit.
Okay.
So take advantage of it.
Okay, awesome.
Come see us. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
we also
awesome.
offer that. And And to the listeners that's listening today, if they contact us and possibly come on, want to join and set up, and mention that you heard me here on the radio station, we'll give you some kind of discount. We'll work something out.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Good. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Faith Works with Pastor Jimmy Ellison from Noonan City Church. Tune back in here next week for another edition of Faith Works.